What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Fantasy Football Over Analysis. Today we're going to start getting into some bold predictions as we get closer to the season. Today we're going to be talking about Caleb Williams. And my bold prediction for Caleb Williams is that he finishes, at minimum, as a top 3 quarterback this year. Caleb, currently being drafted as the QB7, finished as the QB5 last year, taking a big leap in his first year with the Ben Johnson offense. But despite the QB5 overall finish last year, his numbers really weren't all that eye-popping. He throws for just below 4,000 yards, only 27 touchdowns, and he runs for just under 400 yards with 3 rushing scores. What Williams really did improve at last year was his sack avoidance. He was sacked 68 times in his rookie season, and he cut that number down to just 24 a year ago. And a huge reason for my optimism around Caleb Williams is that this is now year 2 of Ben Johnson. He's no longer learning the system. He's now got a full year in it under his belt. And when you go back and look at his numbers from last season, there's multiple pathways to him spiking and reaching an even higher ceiling in fantasy. Again, look at the passing numbers. Just over 3,900 yards and only 27 touchdowns last year. You mean to tell me that in year 2 of Ben Johnson, also now with guys like Colston Loveland and Luther Burden in their second seasons, that it's not possible for Caleb Williams to throw for over 4,500 yards and over 35 touchdowns. Just for perspective, last year, Drake May only needed 4,300 passing yards and 31 touchdowns to go with a very similar rushing stat line to what Caleb Williams had last year to finish as the QB2. So again, when you look at what Caleb did last year as a passer, and you just consider the leap that he's going to make in year 2 in the system, the improvement that he's going to have in the skill positions. You've got no DJ Moore now. You've got Luther Bird in year 2, Colston Loveland over Cole Kmet now in a full-time role. Also even factor in Rome Odunze now in year 3 and back healthy after dealing with foot problems last season. And all these factors together are ingredients for Caleb Williams to spike in his passing efficiency this year and reach numbers like the 4,500 passing yard mark and the 35 touchdown mark. But again, that's not the only path that Caleb Williams has to improving his fantasy outlook from a year ago. There's also the rushing aspect of his game. Caleb Williams, a very mobile quarterback, has rushed the ball 81 and 77 times in each of his first 2 seasons. And while he's never going to quite be on Lamar Jackson's level where he's rushing for north of 700 to 900 rushing yards per season, he can still be penciled in safely for between 400 and 500 yards on the ground. So the area of Williams' game in the rushing department that he could spike would be touchdowns. Last season, Williams only ran in for 3 scores, but imagine if he were to have a season like the one Trevor Lawrence had a year ago, in which Lawrence ran in for 9 touchdowns. That kind of spike in touchdowns would also be enough to give Williams a significant boost to his finish in fantasy. So I absolutely love Caleb Williams for fantasy this year. I think he's being drafted below his floor at the moment. And with all these weapons and within this system, I think there's absolutely potential here for, at minimum, a top 3 quarterback finish, if not carrying the QB1 upside overall within his range of outcomes. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed the content today, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and let me know what you think about Caleb Williams' outlook for this season, and we'll be back tomorrow to go over another bold prediction for the coming season.